I think all the clocks in my house are slow. Because I sat down, I had like 8 minutes, and then all of a sudden I had no minutes. It's a little cold, but I'll take the hood off. Okay, I gotta shave my neck. What do I? We got everything. We got everything. All right, coffee. And here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, September 17th, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. So good. New coffee. Bought, let's see, Starbucks was on sale. This is a Sumatran dark something or other. But it smelled good, so I bought it. Normally I only buy local coffee, but once in a while, mix it up. That's good. Smooth. Well, I hope everybody had a great Monday. I did. I got a lot done. Not as much as I wanted, which is pretty much a perpetual state. I usually want to get more done. Dealing with some frustration with my cell phone company. My phone was partially broken, but it was covered under warranty. Sent it back, or they sent me a new one. I sent it back, the broken one, and they sent me an email yesterday to say, you didn't send it back, so we're going to charge you. I said, what the heck? And the tracking shows that it was delivered and everything. And they said, oh, yeah, well, we have to escalate this. And I get another email later in the day. We'll get back to you in 1 to 2 weeks. And in the meantime, they've charged my card. So that's frustrating. A little annoyed at that, but actually a little more than a little. Moderately annoyed. And I've yelled at some. I didn't yell. I don't yell. I don't yell at customer service. That's not fair. They're all working within the policies that they have. But I think I resent having to deal with the time on it more than the rest. I'm sure it'll work out. But I don't want to have to deal with this. I got other stuff that's much more deserving of my time. So what else was yesterday? Yesterday was went to the gym, went to the co-op co-working space, did some work there, came back, did some work here, and today's gonna be crazy. There's a lot going on. I woke up, and part of the reason that I was delayed in getting started was I looked at my phone. I should never look at my phone, but I did. Ooh. And one of my meetings is getting postponed until next week, so that's not a bad thing because there are a lot of meetings. I'm recording 2 episodes of Martial Arts Radio today. Maybe 3? Definitely 2. I think it might be 3. I don't remember. It pretty much starts in at like 9 o'clock, and it's all day. So it's going to be tough for me to find time to do all these things that I got to do, but we'll make it work. Good morning, Stacy. That's good. Let's answer some questions. I think we got some questions in here from somebody. So let's see what we got. All right. Have you ever been to any martial arts museums? No, but apparently this thing makes noise. Let's turn that down. I know there are a few. There's one out in California that I've read about. I don't even know anybody that's been to any of these. Oh. So I'm not sure if, say like this one that I'm thinking of, if it's gimmicky or if it's actually cool. Because I've been to a lot of different museums. I've been to museums that are great. I've been to museums that are pointless. You know, they have 2 or 3 things on display and you really don't gain anything by seeing them. That it's more memorabilia than it is history. Or if I go to a museum, my understanding of what I'm looking at should change. If it's related to animals, I want to learn more about the animals. If it's related to history, I want to see things I've never seen before, and I want to understand how they fit in to the historical landscape. And if your museum doesn't do that for me, then I'd rather just see pictures online. You know? It has been said that the way of violence has no mind. Do you think this is true? The way of violence has no mind. I think violence certainly is. I don't think violence stems from thought. I think violence tends to happen. It's a result of emotion, of anger, of fear. Probably always it's always fear in some way. And I think that's something we have to keep in mind as martial artists. A lot of times when I see people teach self-defense, they're teaching it from these very intellectual places. And what I mean is that they're expecting the students to think in those moments, and it's not how it works. You don't think in those moments. You, most of the time, can't think in those moments. And this is a good example of the thought process of the person you're engaging with. It's almost like fighting a zombie, right? Like the quintessential zombies, they're not processing information. They don't think. So you've got this person or these people engaged in violence, and they're not thinking. They go to someplace really primal, someplace basic. Good morning, Casper. Let me read that again. I haven't heard this one. The way of violence has no mind. To me, it reads as something that would be a discouragement from being violent. It seems like a translation from something from, maybe Chinese or Japanese, to discourage you from being violent. More, to live a more intellectual life, that if you have to shut off your brain to do it, then maybe it's not worth doing. Which I mostly agree with. You gotta shut off your brain sometimes. What else we got? We got one more. Imagine for a moment that it is your 80th birthday party. What would you like others to say about you? Well, that's a fun one. What do I want people to say about me my 80th birthday? That I don't look 80, that I'm in amazing physical shape, I want them to be impressed at how many wonderful people have turned up for my birthday. And I want them to comment on not only what I have done, but what I'm continuing to do. When I look into the future, I don't see a point where I retire in the traditional sense. I have goals to make the world a better place, and currently those goals are through Whistlekick, and if I accomplish those goals, I'll probably move on to something else. I shouldn't say if, because when. Once I've accomplished those goals. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. It's not really my nature. 80. I'll be honest. I think into the future sometimes. I don't think that far. It's a little scary. At the same time, it's exciting. I mean, I'm 40, right? So that would be twice as far as I've lived. Hmm. I plan to be one of those old people who just keeps going. Keep training, keep hiking, keep moving around, just keep doing it. I'm not gonna stop because I've seen what happens to people when they stop. They die. Have you read Tim Ferriss' 4 Hour Work Week? Yes, I have. And yes, I have. I've applied a number of the things that he teaches in that book. Honestly, most of the stuff that he talks about, I was already doing. But what I appreciated about that book was more of the mindset that he was in, that he encourages you to be in. There are a lot of things that we do with Whistlekick that require more time and energy than I have myself. I'm just one person. And fortunately, we've got, I mean, there are like 7 or 8 people behind the scenes between different things. Some of those are people that help out with this one little thing, and, it takes them a small amount of time, and I appreciate that. And then you've got other people who are working full time. There's a lot going on. And if you haven't read The 4 Hour Work Week, it's a good thing to check out. It's an interesting way. If you have a traditional job, you wake up, you go to work 9 to 5 kind of thing. It's an interesting thought experiment. How could you adjust that? And Tim Ferriss goes into a lot of that. And I think that most people who are going to read or listen to it are going to be resistant, but it's worth checking out. It's worth considering, if nothing else. So what else is happening today? I don't think. A couple episodes, a couple meetings. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about on my day. Those are good questions. If you want to ask a question, drop it below. I'll answer it tomorrow. But I think I'm going to wind this one down. Now, your homework, you probably guessed it. I'll give it to you in just a second. Don't forget, we do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. But you can catch it later at firstcupwithjeremy.com or in your podcast app. Your homework. What do you hope people say about you on your 80th birthday? Imagine that event. Who's around? What are you doing? What have you accomplished? What are people saying about you in your life? How many more years do you hope to have beyond that? I want to live to be 100. That's one of my goals. I think that'd be awesome. I've known a number of people in their 90s. I think I can do it. So, it gives me another 60 years to get stuff done. I'm going to go finish up this cup of coffee and start getting some work done. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace. Come on, Jeremy.